Hi everyone, here's what's bothering me today. Um, we should probably talk a bit more about Greece and some of the protests that have been going on. Um, Now, those of you who know me and follow me on Twitter probably saw that I was actually first talking about this at least a week ago because I saw some images and video of some pretty brutal looking protests in Greece. And I've been trying to figure out what's been going on, what the background is, and I think I now have enough information to finally say what's going on. So, right now in Greece, students and young people are protesting across the country. The current situation in terms of education is that most schools are locked down except for primary and middle school. All schools are locked down in red zones because of the high rate of transmission. But in this context of the pandemic, the Greek government decided to propose a new education bill that called for 1,000 Greek police to be put on their university campuses across the nation. A lot of people don't like this because in 1973, there was what was called the Polytechnic Uprising, where a bunch of students started protesting on campuses against the then military dictatorship of Greece. The dictatorship responded by sending in police who brutally murdered the students. So, with that in clear cultural memory and not in the distant past, right? A lot of people are very worried by this development, especially in terms of the current status of Greece as being, let's just, put it nicely, a hot mess. A lot of people are very uncomfortable with this idea, and so the protests began. But the Greek government saying that, because of the pandemic, protests, you shouldn't gather in groups of people, protests have been made illegal. And so under this additional context, police have been breaking up unlawful protests and assembly, and they have been absolutely brutal in the crackdown. That's why I saw some of the pictures and videos from a week ago, and I'm pretty sure these are still continuing as we speak. I'll link some more, articles that will explain more of the situation in detail in the description down below. But yeah, this is troubling because Greek police have not been allowed on university campuses since 1980 because of the Polytechnic Uprising and because a lot of people tend to not feel safe around brutalizers. And so now the young people of Greece are trying to protest against this education bill, and they are being brutally punished for it. Like, I know we have our own problems in various corners of the world, but I wanted to talk about this because this could potentially happen in any of our nations. And there's probably a bunch of Americans saying, wait, you mean some people don't have cops on campus? We're used to that all the time. And I think that's part of why more people aren't hearing about this, because they want you to be ignorant of what this could potentially mean and the crackdowns that are happening by the Greek government against its own people. Education should not be happening under the guise of some kind of police oversight, especially with a controversial history with such a thing as Greece has. The fact that the government is even entertaining this is deeply troubling. And the fact that more of us aren't aware of it and that I wasn't aware of it until recently is definitely what's bothering me today.